And good evening. I'm meteorologist Angela Buchman. Sean Ash will be along in just a few minutes as we continue our team coverage of a winter storm, a high impact winter storm that actually is causing trouble across the country. We had a couple handfuls of flights that were supposed to land in Indianapolis tonight that didn't. Some flight cancellations already for tomorrow. So good advice if you are traveling ahead of the holiday, especially flying. Definitely check that your flight is going out on time, that there aren't any delays or cancellations, because that still is going to be an issue, because this winter storm that we're dealing with is going to head toward the East Coast and impact some of those big city airports along the coast like Philly, New York, Boston, Newark. So just be prepared. Travel is going to continue to be an issue. Even on the roads, we're going to end up on the lower side of snowfall potential, but it's still enough that roads are icy and snow covered, and because it's so cold, it's really going to be difficult to clear that snow completely. Really, at a certain level, salt doesn't work, and we heard from crews earlier today that they were adding an additive to that salt to perhaps help it work better, just because it is simply so cold. We do have the snow falling. Heaviest is across the eastern third of the state or so, from Muncie south to Richmond into Connorsville and Liberty, and then south into Greensburg. I am going to give you a couple of local views. Pocket of heavy snow, Muncie, Mount Pleasant, Newcastle, and then we've got another burst up toward Hartford City. Not nearly as heavy the farther west you go. This does extend south into Newcastle, so the Spiceland area into Rushville, over toward Cambridge City, Connorsville, Liberty, Richmond, south to Brookville. Heavy snow still falling in Greensburg, Seymour, North Vernon. And this is the area that we're focused on for the higher snowfall accumulations. Still that potential for 3 to 6 inches in this area. The rest of central Indiana going to be on the lower side of things. We're tracking this little disturbance coming out of southern Illinois. It will continue to track off to the north and east, and there will still be some accumulating snow with it over the next several hours. So be sure to stay with us. Our team coverage will continue at 11 o'clock tonight, and then again, sunrise gets underway on Friday morning at 4 o'clock. Future Track 13 keeps the snow in play, although lightens it up a bit after midnight and as we get into the early part of Friday. This is Friday at 3 a.m. We'll stop it at Friday at 8 a.m. The steady snow from the winter storm itself starts to move out, but we're going to be left with off and on snow showers because of the bitter cold that's here and that is forecast to stick around through the holiday weekend. We're going to be sub-zero low temperatures. So that means Friday morning we're 7-8 degrees below zero, still sitting below zero midday. High temperatures 0, maybe 1-2 degrees. Factor in the winds, and it is still going to be windy. That'll be a west wind near 30 miles per hour with gusts to 50. Those wind chills 30, 40 below, so dangerously cold. And really, we're going to shift our attention from the steady snow tonight to the bitter cold that's going to be dangerous at times all the way through the holiday weekend. And really, that's going to be a huge issue for all of central Indiana. We've had some power outages reported to us, about 3,000 customers in the Franklin Township area. So that's the southwestern section of Marion County. And Sean, we could see additional power outages because the wind is going to stay strong over the next couple of days, along with that bitter cold. So we really need to still encourage people to protect the home, your family, and your pets. It's simply going to be too cold.
Yeah, and boy, I tell you what, kudos to those out working in this, trying to get that power restored. I want to show you our power outage map, and it's the AES you were talking about there on the southeast side of Marion County. Over 3,000 customers because of that branch falling on a power line. Easy to understand why we're seeing that, because these are the gusts. Fully expected this. 35 to near 40 mile per hour gusts that will continue all night long, all day tomorrow. Actually will get worse tomorrow in the afternoon. And does it ever have a sting to it? So here you go. We are going to continue to see light snow overnight tonight. Certainly, as you were showing it, Richmond to Cincy to Louisville, that's going to be the snow sweet spot down there in southeastern Indiana. But whatever we do see, and it's possible we could squeeze out another inch of snow here, is going to just fall on temperatures that are near and eventually below 0. Wind chills, oh yeah, we're anywhere from 12 below in Shelbyville, over 20 below there in Terre Haute and Lafayette, with the worst still yet to come. We will bottom out near and after midnight in the 30 to 35 range, and it will stay there. So we will continue to see this storm cranking out high wind tomorrow. Christmas Eve day is still going to be rather windy. We'll still have some blowing around. We'll still have potential power outage problem there on Saturday. And we don't warn much. Tomorrow is going to be just downright harsh. 2 might be lucky if we ever hit that. Christmas morning sub-zero temperatures. We're getting to the teens there on Christmas Day. Another chance of some light snow there on Monday. And then we'll start to see temperatures creeping up through the middle part of next week and toward the end of 2022. So still got some white knuckle driving conditions for the remainder of tonight into tomorrow morning because of that pesky light snow that will be impactful on the roadways. But at least right now it looks like Indy dodged the heavier snow bullet that kind of shifted to the south and east.
And I am okay with that.
Me too.
Just thinking about that potential at the high end of that 3 to 6 inch range, and having that all blowing and drifting just would make the holiday weekend even worse, because as Sean pointed out, we're contending with the bitter, dangerous cold all weekend and additional snow showers that could amount to 1 inch or 2 by the time it's all said and done, and those gusty winds that may lead to power outages. We got plenty to deal with that we didn't need to be on the high end of that snowfall potential. Our live team coverage will continue at 11 o'clock tonight, and remember, sunrise starts at 4 a.m. Our team coverage will continue on Friday morning as well.